kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10.
Here's Lawrence. Dancing to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. A play fake for Robinson. Now Lawrence. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. 6 DBs on the field for Washington on 3rd down. Here's Lawrence to throw. They'll drop that underneath to Etienne. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating from the gun, Rich. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
Straight ahead, Gibson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And
That play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And they're going to get him down shy of the first at about the 13-yard line. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down.
On third down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the first down line. They were able to get him down and force the punt.
Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Open man right side is Ingram. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, Robinson. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. One final possession for the Commanders in this opening half. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
Throwing to start the drive. Rich. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And it's the Eagles who are out in front. The Eagles trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Bryan Edwards, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Sam Darnold has a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our game, just the lone touchdown accounting for all the scoring. A tight one, 7-0 is the score. And for the call of the second half, we send it back to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here come the Commanders for the first possession of the third quarter.
Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Rich, middle of the field. He's got McLaurin. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up second down.
Here's a give to Gibson.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here we go, set. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Back to throw. Rich.
Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. And he's going to have a Commanders first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Taken down at the 42. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Rich.
He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Gibson. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. They'll run with Gibson. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Rich. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. A run here for J.D. McKissick. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
51 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Looking to throw. Rich. Forced out to his left. Looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Commanders are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Showed some of his improv skills there, getting flushed out of the pocket but still able to make the throw for the score.
So that means he's not a method actor?
No.
Because with the improv means break character when you need to. And in the NFL, when you have those guys chasing you,
Sometimes you have to break character in a big way, but I love the fact that he stayed downfield, kept his eyes up, and made the play. How many rookies do that well?
So that drive spans 13 plays, and it was capped off by the Logan Thomas touchdown catch. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now Lawrence to throw. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Lawrence. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. First catch for the man who led the Jags in catches a year ago, and it's a Jacksonville first down. Running out of the gun with ETN. Cameron Curl with the tackle that time.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From the 45 on second down, Lawrence. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now left side on the swing pass. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down. Lawrence will throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. The offense on third down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. And to throw again is Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Excellent coverage here on the play from Cameron Curl.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. And a high throw there as this is knocked away. Down to the ground and incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Once more, Gibson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. To throw on 3rd down. Rich completes it to Samuel. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The result, a first down as a quick slant gets him 14. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee.
Okay, ready?
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in week 1.
60 Bison.
So a victory here for the Commanders, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So for the Commanders, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.